Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. My name is Matthew and today we're doing a review of the Playmates Shimo with Frostbite. This is the standard release from the single 6-inch variety packs. And I do want to just say that I'm not going to be that guy that tags spoilers in this video because unlike Godzilla, I don't really think Shimo was fully intended to be a spoiler monster. I mean, this is a discussion entirely up for debate, but honestly, it seemed like Warner Brothers and Legendary had different views for Shimo. Warner Brothers wanted to keep this secret, but Legendary did not. Because keep in mind, Legendary handles all the toys and merch. Warner Brothers does all the marketing. So I feel like what happened was maybe they released the trailer, then the Playmates figure dropped, and then they were like, oh wait, Shimo's already revealed. Why don't we just show her in the trailer? And then boom. So unlike Mechagodzilla, where they both unanimously decided to agree to keep it secret, Shimo is obviously not a secret anymore, and probably never was. So let's go ahead and take a look at the Playmates figure. So before this actual review kicks off, I need to discuss that I am not reviewing this when the movie comes out. I'm reviewing this right now a week ahead because, well, I just got the figure and I personally feel like it should be just kind of done and over with now. So let's go ahead and just kind of take a look at it. So we're not going to be discussing movie accuracy because the only things we have are a few renders of the film and a few shots in the trailers. So that's not really enough to really signify how accurate this Shimo is. If I had to say it's accurate, in terms of the sculpt, it is very much accurate to the movie and is pretty much a one-to-one thing of what we see in the film. Paint job, on the other hand, maybe not so much, but let's go ahead and get into it. The sculpt and paint, much like all previous Playmates figures, the sculpt is made of a variety of different plastics and vinyls. The head is made of a harder plastic, with the jaw being, I think it's also made of hard plastic, but from here to here, basically the crown, it's made of a much more softer plastic. And how I know this is because this plastic and this plastic, they're basically the same thing. But you can kind of see, it's very kind of hard to see, but you can kind of see one. There's a seam line that goes right there and a bit of a color difference. See how this white right here is different to the white on the forehead? I will say the paint on the face leaves a bit to be desired. I was a bit disappointed with how the eyes are painted, just being basic blue dots instead of maybe some sort of fancy. I'd give this Titan wolf eyes. That would look so good, especially for a creature that walks on all fours like a wolf. This had the perfect chance to become a wolf Titan, especially because it's an ice-based Titan. Oh, what could have been? But instead, they opted to go for a much more turtle-like face, which, I mean, hey, turtles are cool. But, I mean, if you're going to add a turtle face to one of your Titans, can you at least include a turtle Titan? Gamera? Anywho, so the eyes kind of suck. But the mouth, it's not fully painted, but it's a bit better painted than most of the Godzilla figures out there. And Kong figures, I should add. The teeth are actually really well done. They're individually sculpted, at least what teeth are there, and they're probably the most well painted of any of the Monsterverse figures. Although the tongue is half painted, I mean, not really much to really write home about, and the mouth is just solid white. And closing up the mouth, we kind of get a bit more detail more towards the neck. And then from my biggest complaint personally about the figure is that this entire torso, from the tip of the tail to the base of the neck, or the base of the neck to the base of the tail, it's so shallow. Even the bottom has some actually pretty good detail with the ridges on the stomach, and it kind of makes it look really reptilian. I mean, that's what Shimo is, a reptile. But the sides really don't have much detail. You can faintly see a little line going around to the hip area, but really, I feel like some extra paint could easily have brought this thing a long way. I think the 2-pack kind of tried its best with a bit of paint application, but really, I feel like it could have used more than this. But what definitely kind of amps up it a little bit is the limbs, and particularly the front and back limbs. The front limbs are really well done. And I like how long they are too, so you give a bit of a reach advantage, maybe that over Godzilla. Maybe not so much Kong, because Kong does have a lot of long limbs, although proportionally speaking, probably way bigger. But what is also pretty cool is the fact that they are also sculpted so that they are also like, you can put them on the floor, but spoilers for the articulation, but you can actually stand this gal up. But that being also said, the sculpting on the claws, really good here. I like how it has four, obviously four toes, as again most reptiles do. But again, I really wish there was kind of more paint or more dry brushing to bring out some of the finer details, especially on the side. And the same thing goes with the legs. Really well sculpted, not so much painted. Also on the bottom, really not much aside from that bar thing. But still, it looks rather nice for what is there. But again, I really wish there was some more sculpt and or sorry, there's more paint variety. But here's the color that I feel like a lot of people are going to be buying this for, the blue spikes. Wow, do these things look cool. They're kind of like indigo. They're not purple. I've seen a lot of people say that they're purple. They're not purple. They are most definitely blue. I know blue when I see it. It's my favorite color. Why would I not know what blue is? But as you can see, it is translucent, so it's like a full translucent piece from here to here. Here as well, if you count this, although there is a row of white spikes that are not painted. Again, I really feel like they could have painted that, but say that be. And the tail is not translucent, but it is sprayed in the same color. This is how you do color matching. Because this blue and this blue look near identical. Like, I know there's still a shade difference, but it's still there. And you can kind of like, it's got like a nice spray, and it's almost got like some sort of like illuminating effect, I want to say, for lack of a better word. And it kind of goes all the way to the tip of the tail where it's like pitchforks. I know this is literally a Thagomizer, but I still like pitchforks better, so it's a pitchfork for me. But this will do some serious damage to any Titan or any person that gets caught in the way. And it is sculpted at like an angle, so I guess it is a bit better when it comes to like more dynamic poses. So say if you're going square one-on-one with Godzilla or Scar King or Kong or whoever, because I definitely think that I definitely do believe that, like, as far as like movie discussions go, I definitely do think Scar King and Shimo are not friends per se, but Scar King, it has Shimo under the control of the little crystal that you find under at the end of his whip. Although the Playmates figure I don't think has it. I've seen the Scar King figure in person. I know what it looks like, but still, the sculpted and painted details again, same thing on the body, really nicely done. Nothing really much on the other side to write home about, but what is here, mine's got a little tiny little paint scuff, but that was like out of the box, and there's either this or nothing, so it was this from the get-go. But for what is here, again, looks really rock solid. I love this thing. Um, but that's really all I have to say about the sculpt and paint. I think like overall from like a presentation type standpoint, it's not the best Playmates has done, but it's a major step up in the sculpt and paint department.